I have a book today to read, and it's called Rose Petal Place. Fun is all around. Orchid arrived at the boutique just in time to watch the new shipment of fashions arrive. She helped Daffodil unpack the boxes and then started to try the clothes on. She's all dressed up. "Oh, that one is just divine, isn't it?" she asked Daffodil as she paraded back and forth to show it off. "I love this dress so much, I feel like throwing a big party just to show it off. I'll be the grandest party the garden has ever seen. Let's see. I'll have it catered, and we'll have tons of flowers dripping from the crystal chandeliers." "That sounds wonderful," said Daffodil, "and the dress is perfect on you. Why don't I wrap it up and then you can go out to lunch together?" Ooh, she's very pretty with her dress. And look at the hairpiece. "Oh, I couldn't possibly go to lunch," said Orchid. "I have a party to plan." As she took the box from Daffodil, she asked, "Would you please help me keep the party a secret from the others? When they get their invitation, they'll be so surprised." "I promise," said Daffodil, and off went Orchid with a wave of her hand. She's waving goodbye. Very little was seen of Orchid in the next few days. She was so busy running errands and making the arrangements for the party that she didn't have time to visit with her friends. But bit by bit, the girls did learn about what she was planning. Iris saw her at the bakery. "I'm having Mr. Oscar de la Rhododendron bake the cake," Orchid told her. "He makes the most divine cakes. Mine will have 15 different layers and 14 different fillings and a juice fountain on the top. Wait till you see it." Wow, that sounds like it is very special. Sounds like a big cake. Lily Fair saw her at the dance studio. She thought Orchid looked a bit weary. "Miss Ladybug is arranging a little program for me," Orchid told her. 100 dancers, a chorus of 50, and the entire Carnation Hall Orchestra will perform on a revolving stage. We must make use of our local artists. Will you agree to be part of the show and dance for us?" But before Lily Fair could answer, Orchid was off again. "I must dash. It's time to pick up the invitation," she said, hurrying away. "Engraved, you know. P.D. said he would deliver them. And if they aren't perfect, I'll be furious. There is so much involved in making such an elegant party." Oh, and there they're dancing. There's Miss Ladybug. She is the teacher. "Fountains and revolving stages. This is getting ridiculous," Sunny Sunflower said later, as the friends met at Rose Petals. "You forgot to mention the 500 balloons," Daffodil added. Rose Petal giggled. "Nothing simple will do for Orchid," she said, "and if we saw anything, we'll spoil her fun. And we can't say anything either." "But that's just it," Sunny said. "I don't think she's having fun." Sometimes when you get carried away with planning, it isn't fun. It's a lot of work. Sunny Sunflower was right. With all the work she had made for herself, Orchid was becoming tired and cross. By the time PD Centipede arrived to pick up the invitations, she had worked herself into a tizzy. I can't decide between the spinach crepes or the truffle souffle, she cried, staring at the menu plans before her. PD patted her shoulder. There, don't worry. As soon as I finish delivering the invitations, I'll come back and help. Here he is. Look at all his legs. He's going to deliver the invitations fast with all those legs. Ugh. PD Centipede left Orchid's house with a mail sack full of invitations. But before he had delivered even one, he stopped by the football field. The little bugs were playing a game, and PD just had to watch. And then he had to play. And then he had to show the little bugs how he had made the winning touchdown in last year's game. And before he knew it, he had completely forgotten about Orchid and her party and the invitations. When he remembered 3 days later, it was too late. Oh boy, he's going to be in trouble. Look at him. There's the invitations. And there he is playing football. Boy, he's going to be in trouble. You forgot what? Orchid yelled. The invitations, PD said, hiding behind Orchid's sofa. Now, if you just calm down, I'm sure we can come up with a reasonable plan. A reasonable plan? The party's tomorrow. You failed me. Orchid collapsed, sobbing on the floor. PD Centipede left quietly by the back door. He could hear Orchid wailing all the way down the lane, and by the time he reached Rose Petals, he was ready to cry himself. Ugh. That is so bad. Look at her. She's crying. Laying on the floor crying. Wonder what happens. Oh, I've made such a mess of things, he said, as he told Rose Petal what he had done. I don't think she'll ever forgive me. Rose Petal held his hand and listened. The party will have to be canceled, she said. But I'll see what I can do to cheer her up. I'm starring in the spring pageant, and the final rehearsal is this afternoon. I'll invite Orchid to come and watch. Maybe that will help. She patted PD's hand. You come too. Well, at first, Orchid didn't want to go anywhere. I'm so disappointed, she cried, but she began to dry her tears. Rose Petal nodded. I know, it sounds like a wonderful party, but you can't stay in the house forever. Besides, I've missed you. We all have. Please come to the rehearsal this afternoon. It will be fun. You'll see. Do you suppose she'll go? Let's see. And it was fun, although at first Orchid didn't want to admit it. But the rehearsal went so well and everyone was so happy and excited that Orchid soon found herself laughing and clapping along with the others. But when the curtain came down, Orchid became sad once again. I just wished I could have had my party, she sighed, as the performers scurried off the stage. My dress was so beautiful, and the cake. Look at her, she's so sad. Let's see if they can make it happen. We could still celebrate, Sunny said. Without a party? Orchid asked. We could have a picnic. Lily Fair suggested. Terrific idea, Daffodil said, and I just got a special deal on some kites at the boutique. I'll bring them along. A picnic, Orchid said. Just a picnic with sandwiches and weeds and things? Orchid made a face, but no one paid any attention to her. There's a picnic ground in the meadow, Rose Petal announced to all the girls. If everyone brings something to sit on and some food to share, we'll have a lot of fun. That sounds like fun. And that's just what they did. In fact, by the time Rose Petal and her friends had finished parading through the lanes and knocking on the doors, all of Rose Petal Place knew about the picnic, and everyone came. Ooh, look at them. They're all dressed in their finery. Do you suppose PD is going to be accepted? There was so much to eat. Sandwiches and pink lemonade, watermelon and pizza, and everyone had something to do. There were relay races, games of tag and tug of war, touch football and hide and seek. There were kites to fly, songs to sing, Lily Fair led a dance, and PD Centipede showed the little bugs how to throw a pass properly. Even Orchid learned how. There he is. So they're back together again. She's still probably kind of mad. I must say this is fun, she told PD as her ball sailed through the air. For by now she had forgiven PD for spoiling her party. In fact, she was having so much fun, she had forgotten that the picnic wasn't her own idea. My idea of having a picnic was a great one, if I do say so myself. It has turned out even better than I thought it would, she boasted to those all around. Wow, look at her throw that football, and PD's going to catch it. Rose Petal and her friends could hardly believe what she had said. I'm going to punch her, said Sunny Sunflower. And she started towards Orchid. Rose Petal held her back. But she's taking credit for the entire picnic, Sunny sputtered. It was Lily Fair's idea. Ooh, she's a little rowdy. I know it was, Rose Petal said, but let Orchid have her day. She's been feeling so bad about her canceled party that it's good to see her smiling again. She had a marvelous time today. We all have, and that's what really counts. There's all the ladies in their dresses with their flowered headbands. Well, everyone must have agreed, because no one said a cross word to Orchid for the rest of the day. Instead, they sang and they danced and they ate and they played, and everyone in Rose Petal Place had the best time ever. That was a nice story. You can always have a good time if you put all your heads together and come up with a plan. Hope you enjoyed it.